I welcome everyone to Wizards Outlook. We got Raymond Lyons as promised. Wilson Tarpley Jr. So, Ray, you were in the building for this one. We saw Ace Bailey, Isaiah Collier lead the Jazz past the Wizards, 122 to 112. Both teams, as we discussed in pregame, we're coming into this game on one team came in on a 6-game slide, one team came in on a 7-game slide. You also happen to be in the building on Trae Young's debut as a Washington Wizard. So, I guess, firstly, your thoughts on that, and then the rest of the game we saw Washington hard fought, but they fell to the Jazz 122-112.
Yeah, man. It was the energy was good in the building. That's a good experience. Always, Trey got a warm reception. It's his first game playing in a while, so he's just kind of easing his way into things. But it looks like there was a stark difference. When he was on the court, just in terms of the flow of the game and getting guys easy looks, and I imagine those are the things they were expecting him to contribute. So, it was just good to see him out there and kind of see him with the young guys. Uh, this isn't the this team at full force. Obviously, I would love to see what it looks like with him at the helm with a fully healthy team. But nevertheless, he finally got broke the ice, and yeah, man. Like I said, it's always good for the fans to get into it. It's probably the loudest I've heard this building all season. As far as the game, yeah, man, the Wizards just couldn't pick their poison. You pointed out Ace Bailey and Isaiah Collier's game, and then Kyle Filipowski just cleaned up the mess. So, with the contributions of those three, it was just too much to overcome. They had 79 points between them, and Filipowski had 14 rebounds. So, yeah, their impact was obvious. On the Wizards side, you know, first half they took an 18-point deficit in the halftime, but third quarter, man, much props to Juju Reese. He changed the game for them. He just came in, did the dirty work, hustling, getting extra possessions, fighting for rebounds, and that kind of gave them a spark, and they fought their way back into the game as to where going down the stretch until about the 2-minute mark when Utah pushed it back to double digits. It looked like the Wizards were on their heels. So definitely good to see. As we continue to say, it's basically an audition for these young guys for this franchise and every other franchise, to be honest. And it's always good to see one of them step up and take advantage of the situation. But yeah, man, it was just the Utah Jazz trio. They were just too much for the Wizards tonight. And yeah, they just couldn't get over the hump. You muted.
Good luck. As you mentioned with Julian Reese, for Wizards PR, rookie for Juju Reese, this is 20 rebounds, are the most recorded by any rookie this season, and are the most by a Wizards rookie since Tom Gugliotta had 20 January 29th of 1993 at Philadelphia. Shout out to Googs, man. It's like the third time a young Wizards player has done something, and Googs has been the reference point in the last 2 seasons. So I don't know how much people remember Googs' time here, but shout out to him for that, and hell of a performance by Julian Reese. Cardell was talking before the game. You just mentioned like it's all about these youngsters taking advantage of these opportunities. That's one way to do it. 20 rebounds, Ray, and they were split half and half down the middle. 10 offensive, 10 defensive. I don't know what else you could ask for, but yeah, I'm right with you. I thought his play was huge for them, especially considering the other bigs on the roster that did not touch the floor tonight.
Mhm.
I think last time out, I think it was against the Rockets. It was a bit of a rough night. Fouled out in that one. It's a hell of a response. 18 and 20. He's 18 and 20. Got to the free throw line eight times, knocked them all down. It just, it probably would have been felt a little bit better in a win. However, both of these teams are here. They're here to accomplish something this season, which both teams have made clear. So just let's keep that in mind. And, in pregame, Cardell gave y'all the rundown on Isaiah Collier. He mentioned him. He talked about Keontae George, who did not play tonight. And Keontae George came off a 30-point game. Isaiah Collier tried to match it. He had 27. And I think it was a career high for Ace Bailey on 12 and 19. So, yeah, those guys kind of did what they wanted a little bit. Kudos to them. But for the Wizards, Leaky Black with a good showing as well, taking advantage of his opportunity. You know, I think this is only his second or third game here, but hey, man, it's a productive night. It's the best I can say. Player of the game for you, Ray.
I went Isaiah Collier. I mean, 27 and 10. I mean, those numbers just scream at you. 27 and 11, actually. I'm sorry. Also added 3 rebounds. You know, he just controlled the game well, picked the spots, scored when he had to, facilitated when he had to. And, you know, other guys fed off his play. So, yeah, like him getting paint touches allow Filipowski to crash and get second chances. Also, him penetrating got Ace Bailey good looks. So, yeah, man, just their overall success pretty much hands on what he was able to do tonight.
Yeah, I'm right with you. It's a hell of a game. He's all about getting into the paint and finding his teammates. Came into this one averaging 11 points a game and 7 assists. 27 is a lot more than 11. He did get his, he did get there in terms of his assist, exceeding that. So we knew he was going to do that. But yeah, huge night and really efficient too. 11 of 18. I mean, what more can you ask for? If you want to nitpick, he had 3 turnovers. A young guard had 3 turnovers. That's where we are nitpicking. Xfactor, what'd you have? Who'd you have, rather?
I think I got to double up with Filipowski and Ace Bailey. You know, Ace, his scoring kind of allowed them to stretch the lead in the first half. Like, and it was like sneaky too. I looked up and he had 26, and I I didn't remember where they came from. And as far as Filipowski, he kind of anchored them in the paint on both ends actually. And when the Wizards were making their push, he got a couple extra possessions, which the Jazz scored off of that allowed them to keep the Wizards at bay. So yeah, I'll split the pot tonight with the Xfactor.
All right, I just went for Filipowski. Because like for player of the game, it could have gone to Collier. It was a wash to me, you know. Ace Collier, Isaiah Bailey, however you want to look at it. Those two had a really good night. But yeah, I'm right with you with Filipowski, especially in the second half, whereas they get down the stretch. He was kind of like the grown-up in the room of the youngsters. When they needed a big play, there he was getting offensive rebound. There he was stealing his man. There he was scoring. So, yeah, big night. Definitely Xfactor. That's my selection as well. You have nothing else to add. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. But for the Wizards, again, they fell to the Jazz 122 to 112. And again, really, tip of the cap again to Julian Reese. 18 points, 20 rebound outing. That's great as a fifth-year vet. Gotta feel great as a rook, right? All right, so y'all have a good evening.